Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever, coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today, I'll be doing a review on a JFox/Inflight Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 in their last livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model off eBay, which is probably your only chance of getting this model at this point if you can find it there. And their website address is www.ebay.com, or you can download their app and go in there and see if you can find this model there. But first, before I go into details about this particular aircraft model, please allow me to share some information about the history of Northwest and how they came about, and then eventually integrating with Delta Airlines sometime down the pike in 2008, okay? Northwest Airlines was an American-based airline that was founded on September 1st, 1926 in Detroit, Michigan by the late Colonel Louis Britton under the airline's original name of Northwest Airways, a reference to the historical name for the Midwestern United States that was derived from the Northwest Territory and officially commenced operations shortly thereafter, sometime in 1927. Then a group headed by the late Richard Lilly, a businessman from St. Paul, Minnesota, purchased the airline 2 years later in 1929, as the airline continued to operate under the Northwest Airways name up until 1934, when Northwest Airways changed its name to Northwest Airlines, and the airline was officially incorporated under its new name of Northwest Airlines in the state of Minnesota. Then fast forward to July 15, 1947, when Northwest Airlines actually became the very first airline in the United States of America to begin direct service between the United States and Japan, using a Douglas DC-4 airliner named Manila, as it also rebranded itself by another name, Northwest Orient Airlines, even though the company's legal name remained incorporated as Northwest Airlines. Northwest Airlines also became involved with the founding establishment of Tokyo-based Japan Airlines by leasing airliners and crew members to the airline in 1951, and for years, Northwest Airlines was actually the largest foreign carrier serving the country of Japan. Whereas the headquarters of Northwest Airlines was located in the Minneapolis-St.Paul suburb of Eagan, Minnesota, while the airline's main hub and base of operations was located nearby on the grounds of Minneapolis-St.Paul International Airport, which is located approximately 10 miles of both downtown Minneapolis and downtown St. Paul, Minnesota, respectively. Northwest Airlines also had operational hubs that was located at Amsterdam Airport Schiphol in Amsterdam, which from 1993 to 2010, Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, located in the Detroit suburb of Romulus, Michigan, from 1986 to 2010, Memphis International Airport, located in Memphis, Tennessee, from 1986 to 2010, Tokyo Haneda Airport, located in the Ata District section of Tokyo, Japan, from 1947 to 1978, Tokyo Narita International Airport, located in the Tokyo suburb of Narita, Japan, from 1978 to 2010, and Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport, located in Anchorage, Alaska, served as a cargo hub from 1991 to 2009. And the Focus City hub for Northwest Airlines was located at Indianapolis International Airport, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Then on October 29, 2008, Northwest Airlines merged with Atlanta, Georgia-based Delta Airlines, and the airline continued to operate under its own identity, name, and brand until January 31st, 2010. That's the day when Northwest Airlines officially ceased all operations and began flying under the Delta name from that day forward. And prior to the 2008 merger, Northwest Airlines had an operating fleet of 320 aircraft that include 16 Boeing 747-400s, including this one here, with no unfulfilled orders pending on this particular aircraft type, as the entire Northwest Airlines fleet was integrated into Delta's fleet on December 31st, 2009. And the Boeing customer code for Northwest Airlines for this particular aircraft was 51. All right, everyone. Let's take a look at the front of the box here, where you see the Northwest Airlines title and the logo, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft, the registration ship number, the Boeing 747-decal, the 1/200 scale information, the Boeing official license product decal, as well as the JFox logo you see at the front of the box. Well, now you're looking at the back of the box, and all you see is the JFox logo as well as the warning information. If you didn't know, JFox was an affiliate of Inflight Models. If you didn't know, now you know. And then there's the ART number, the number of the aircraft you see at the bottom of the box there as well. Now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see is the Northwest Airlines NWA title, as well as the logo, the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the 1/200 scale model information, the Boeing 747, the aircraft type, the registration ship number, as well as the JFox logo and the aircraft information you see at the top of the box. Now you're looking at the bottom of the box. It's pretty much the same information at the top of the box I showed you earlier on, all right? All right, now you're looking at the nice little metal model stand that you came with the model, and you see the plaque there. You see the Northwest Airlines title, the Boeing 7, the aircraft type, as well as the 1/200 scale model set on the bottom of the model stand of the plaque. And then you see this black pattern right here. The sole purpose of this black pattern, everyone, is not only a protection model, it's also prevented from being damaged or scratched. All right, and since there's no gear replacement for this particular model, we can go straight on to the review, okay? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of Northwest Airlines and how they came about, and all the details here at the front of the box, as well as the model stand, and since there's no gear replacements for this particular aircraft model, with no further ado, here is the aircraft model out of the packaging box. Let's check it out. There it is, everyone. The JFox/Inflight Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 and their last livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. All right, allow me to share some information about how Northwest became the actual launch customer of this aircraft, how they played a major part in this aircraft. Northwest Airlines became the official launch customer of the Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft variant when the airline originally placed an order for 10 aircraft of this type on October 22, 1985 at the Farnborough Airshow, and the airline's very first Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number November 663 Uniform Sierra, was originally delivered to Northwest Airlines on January 26, 1989. And the carrier's official service entry inaugural flight took place 2 weeks later on February 9, 1989, when it actually flew from Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport in Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota, to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix, Arizona. Northwest Airlines eventually ended up ordering and operated as many as 16 of these iconic jetliners in their fleet, and acquired their last Boeing 747-400 jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number November 676 November Whiskey on April 18, 2002. These aircraft were eventually integrated into Delta's fleet on December 31, 2009, after serving the Northwest Airlines fleet for over 20 years as the airline's official flagship jetliner for the Minneapolis-St. Paul-based airline, as Northwest Airlines was one of 2 U.S. carriers that acquired the Boeing 747-400 aircraft variant, while the second U.S. airline, respectively, was none other than Chicago-based United Airlines. Now let's talk about the livery scheme you see on this aircraft. This was actually the very last livery scheme of Northwest Airlines, which was unveiled on April 3, 2003, at the airline's major hubs in Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota, Detroit, Michigan, and Memphis, Tennessee simultaneously, that was introduced and presented on 3 different types of aircraft: a Boeing 747-400, a Boeing 757-300, and an Airbus A319 respectively, as the fuselage of their last livery scheme was painted in a pearlescent gray that featured the traditional Northwest red colors, that featured a new NWA corporate logo, with the red painted tail fin of the aircraft was, however, reduced in size as the initials NWA became more visible and dominant, along with the spelled out Northwest Airlines billboard title, as Northwest Airlines sported this livery scheme on its entire fleet from April 3, 2003 until the airline was eventually merged and integrated with Delta Airlines on January 31, 2010. So, with all that information out of the way about the history of this aircraft, and how this livery came about as was their part of their last livery scheme. With no further ado, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let us begin and let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the port slash left side of the aircraft. We're going to start at the front where you see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear lights. I'm going to give you a better visual of that detail later on in the review. And then you see the landing gear door featuring the fleet number 6316. Then you see the pitot tubes and static ports. That's missing. It's in there somewhere, but it's missing, but it's all good. See the radome nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those details later on in the model review. And then right next to the cockpit window is the SkyTeam decal, which is this decal right here. And Northwest Airlines joined the SkyTeam Alliance on September 13, 2004, and was a former member of the SkyTeam Alliance up until the airline merged and integrated with Delta Airlines on January 31st, 2010. As the SkyTeam Alliance actually consists of 19 airline members from 5 inhabited continents, as this alliance also includes Aeromexico, Air France, Delta Airlines, as well as Korean Air as the 4 founded members. And now you're looking at the Northwest Airlines revised logo, which is this right here. This was the revised as well as the final corporate logo for Northwest Airlines from 2003 up until the airline merged and integrated with Delta Airlines on January 31st, 2010. As this symbolized logo actually resembles that of a compass rose that's enclosed within the circle that actually points in a northwest direction, which is displayed on the port side of the aircraft, as well as the enclosed compass circle that points in the northeast direction, which is displayed on the starboard right side of the aircraft as well. This upward and forward pointing logo design was also influenced the current livery scheme of Delta Airlines, as this logo can also be visually seen on the tail fin of the aircraft. I'll show you that right now. There you have it. Now you see it pointing in the northwest direction. Awesome. Alright, now you look at the center of the aircraft, and right underneath the wings are the actual engines right here and here as well. And these were the Pratt & Whitney PW4056 turbofan type engines that was previously used on this particular Northwest Airlines, sorry about that, Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft. You see the engine cones there and there as well. And we're going to turn this aircraft model around. We're going to actually find out if the actual turbofan blades on this aircraft model spins. Let's check it out and find out. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port slash left side. We're going to find out if the engine blades do spin. We're going to start with the outer engines here first. Yep, that spins pretty good. And then the inner engine. Perfect. And then you see the inboard landing light, which is actually painted. And then you see the front visual view of the landing bogey gears, include the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And then there's the center bogey gears you see there as well. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard slash right side of the aircraft. We're going to see the outer engine spin here as well. Yes, they do. Awesome. The inner engine, same as well. Perfect. And then you see the inboard landing light, as well as the outer bogey gear, including the landing gear struts, as well as landing gear door. And then there's the center bogey gear on this side of the aircraft as well. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the radome nose cone, the nose gear door, the landing gear lights inside of the nose gear door, the nose gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose landing gears. Alright. Alright, now you're looking at the wingtip device here on the port slash left side, featuring the Northwest color red right there, along with the red navigation light you see it there at the edge of the wing near the red wingtip device. Alright, now you got a better visual view of the landing bogey gears here on the port side of the aircraft, where you see the landing gears, the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors. And then there's the center bogey gear here on this side of the aircraft, includes the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors there as well. And then there's the center bogey gear on the starboard side. I'll show you that at a different angle later on in the review. All right. All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and what you're looking at is the American flag decal, which is this decal right here. And this flag decal represents the country where Northwest Airlines previously operated from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America from 1926 up until the airline merged and integrated with Delta Airlines on January 31st, 2010. And then right above the economy class window is the actual registration ship number, November 676, November Whiskey, which is this registration ship number right there. Registration ship number, November 676, November Whiskey. This aircraft was the 16th as well as the very last Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft that actually entered the Northwest Airlines fleet, and the first test flight on this aircraft took place on April 11, 2002, and was delivered to Northwest Airlines on April 18, 2002. Then this aircraft was delivered to Delta Airlines after the Northwest Delta merger took place on October 29, 2008, sorry about that, and painted the aircraft in Delta's current livery scheme shortly thereafter, and operated in the Delta fleet until this aircraft was eventually withdrawn from service on October 1st, 2014, and was eventually flown to the Pinal Airport Aircraft Storage Facility, which is located in Marana, Arizona, where this aircraft is currently stored up at as of January 2022, or at the time of this video review posting. All right, now you're looking at the tail fin of the aircraft. As I mentioned earlier, it's painted in Northwest red, features the airline's logo painted in a northwest direction. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft. What you're looking at is the APU exhaust hole, which literally stands for Auxiliary Power Unit. And there is a hole there, folks. Check it out. There, you see there? And underneath the APU exhaust hole is the actual strobe light you see there, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. There it is, everyone. The Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft in their last livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model from the rear view angle. Awesome. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard. Starts right side of the aircraft. We're going to start at the front there. You see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear lights, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number 6316. See the pitot tube and static ports right in there somewhere. See the radon nose cone. See the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the SkyTeam logo, the Northwest Airlines, their last corporate logo you see displayed there, the Northwest Airlines title, the front cargo container loading door, as well as the inboard land light you see there as well. All right, now you're looking at the Pratt & Whitney PW4056 turbofan type engines here on the starboard of the aircraft, side of the aircraft. The engine comes there and there as well. And then you see the side view of the landing bogey gears right here, including landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. I'm going to show you at a different angle in a moment, okay? All right, now looking at the red wingtip device on this side of the aircraft. A little chip paint issue there though, but it's no biggie though. All right, it is what it is. It happens, okay? And then you see the green navigation light you see displayed there right next to the red wingtip device. All right, now you got a better visual view of the landing bogey gears here on this side of the aircraft. The starboard side, you see the landing gear struts, the landing gear doors, and then there's the center landing bogey gears you see there, including the landing gear struts there, and the landing gear doors. And then there's the center bogey gear there here on the port side I showed you earlier on, okay? All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side where you see the rear cargo container loading door, the AFT boat bin door, the American flag decal, the registration ship number, as well as the airline's logo painted on this red tail fin of the aircraft. But now it's painted, you see the arrow in the northeast direction, as you can see there as I mentioned earlier, okay? All right, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this model in full detail, please allow me to show you one special feature on this model is the rolling gear. Let's check them out. Oops, sorry about that. It rolls pretty good. So far, so good. All right. It tilts, as you can see that. And the front nose gear swivels as well, as you can see there, and there. Okay, so with that being said, allow me to show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check it out. Now you're looking at this aircraft from the aerial bird's eye view. We're going to start at the front where you see the radome nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. You see the SkyTeam logo on both sides. And then you see the Northwest logo on both sides there as well. You see the anti-collision beacon light right there. A couple high frequency antennas on that distinctive hump. And then you see the ADF antennas right there. Very realistic. It's detailed there. Another high frequency antenna. And then there's the vertical stabilizer, known as the tail. And then there's the horizontal stabilizer, featured the little dot right there, as well as right there. Those little dots are called the illuminator lights, and the sole purpose of these illuminator lights that they used to light up this tail here when it used to fly during nighttime. Now let's check out the wings and the engines from above. There's the engine right there, right there. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the red wingtip device on this side of the aircraft. Let's check out this side here. No wing walkway. You got the engines there, as well as the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, fuel dump valve, as well as the red winglet on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, now looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, we're going to start at the front. We see the radome nose cone, the crew escape hatch door, the nose gear door at the front nose landing gear, and then you come over this way, see the anti-collision beacon light, the center landing bogey gears, the hole where the stand goes in at, a couple high frequency antennas there, the pressure relief valve, and then there's the APU housing doors right there, and the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the center bogey gears here. No, they don't tilt. The center bogey gears do not tilt. All right. No, none of the gears tilt, but that's okay. You got the engines there, as well as the wings underneath. Includes the flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the winglet on this side of the aircraft. Now let's check out this side here. The gears don't tilt there as well. There. Then there's the engines there, as well as the wings underneath. The flaps, slats, ailerons, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the red winglet on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, since I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, now I'm going to put it on that nice little metal model stand that actually came with the model. So with no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Let's check it out. All right, finally got this model on the stand, no problem, no hesitation. As you see it being displayed in a takeoff landing position, being viewed from the port side of the aircraft. Now you're looking at this model on the stand being displayed in a takeoff landing position, being viewed from the front view angle. All right, now you see this model on the stand being displayed in a takeoff landing position, being viewed from the starboard side of the aircraft. And finally, you see this model being displayed on the stand, being viewed in the takeoff landing position, is being viewed from the tail cam angle. All right, since this particular aircraft model does not have no gear replacement doors, I'm gonna go ahead and take this model off the stand and go ahead and wrap up this model review. All right. All right, let's talk about the seating configuration. The Northwest Airlines Boeing 747-400 jumbo jetliner aircraft seated 403 passengers in a two-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 12, which is the lower deck, which is be from here to about right here. You have 41 world business class seats, and then row 72 to 80, which is the entire upper deck, which would be right from here to here. You had another additional 24 world business class seats, which brings the total of 65 world business class seats. And rows 21 to 67 is the entire lower deck, which would be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You add an additional 338 international economy class seats, which brings a total of 403 seats. And finally, and in addition to Phoenix, Arizona as the official inaugurated flight destination for this particular aircraft, Northwest Airlines previously utilized their Boeing 747-400s mostly on international routes from 1989 to 2010 to worldwide destinations from Minneapolis-St.Paul, Minnesota to Tokyo Narita, Manila, Philippines via Tokyo Narita, Hong Kong, and Seattle, from Detroit Metropolitan, Michigan to Tokyo Narita, Nagoya, Japan, Manila, Philippines via Tokyo Narita and Nagoya, Japan, Shanghai Pudong, Beijing Capital, and Amsterdam, from New York JFK to Tokyo Narita, Hong Kong, Osaka Kansai, Sydney, Austria via Osaka Kansai, Seoul Incheon and Amsterdam Schiphol, and also from Detroit Metro to Osaka Kansai and Seoul Incheon, from Los Angeles, California to Tokyo Narita, from San Francisco to Tokyo Narita, from Seattle, Tacoma to Minneapolis-St. Paul, Tokyo Narita, and Hong Kong, from Honolulu to Tokyo Narita, from Honolulu to San Francisco, California, sorry about that, from Chicago O'Hare to Tokyo Narita, from Nagoya, Japan to Detroit, Michigan, and Manila, Philippines, and from Tokyo Narita to Honolulu, Hawaii, Detroit Metro, Chicago O'Hare, Minneapolis-St. Paul, San Francisco, California, Los Angeles, California, New York, JFK, Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, Manila, Philippines, Hong Kong, Taipei, Taiwan, Bangkok, Suvarnabhumi, Singapore, Changi, Seoul, Incheon, Beijing Capital, Shanghai, Pudong, and Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Those were the routes. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it. I definitely highly recommend this one. The only outside chance of getting this model, I'm just going to be honest with you, is on eBay if you can find it there. At the time of this video review, that model is becoming very hard and very scarce and difficult to find. If you can find it, please snatch it up. I highly recommend it. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay safe and stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.